what are some of the maybe biggest takeaways? It doesn't have to be from those companies because you get such a great experience with so many different companies, but what are some of the experiences from past companies that you apply today? You're like, oh man, that's a really good tool I picked up along the way, and I use this on a daily, annual basis.
That's a really good question. I think there are pieces of every company that are really excellent, and obviously these companies that have been around a long time do a lot of stuff well. And so, Bosch, I became a very process oriented person, more than just the engineer that I was when I was there. But I think you learn process and you learn the importance of having processes and entrepreneurship. You talk about American companies like Lear; they're very entrepreneurial, and so I think you try to take the best from every company you work at and learn from it. I think that's the message is continuous improvement in your own self and how you lead. And I think that's the biggest transformation that I've tried to make as a leader. A good friend of mine who I work for right now, believes and really has taught me a lot about servant leadership. And that's something we talk a lot about at Vertiv, and being a servant leader. I think you even mentioned it. It's super critical to what we do. And I think that's probably the biggest transformation I'm trying to make, in my career, is moving from a more command and control style that you see at a lot of automotive companies to more of a servant leadership style. Is how can I ask the question a lot? What can I do to help you? How can I help you? And so, that's the journey that I've been on personally. And I think you see a lot better results. And the team tends to be much more motivated when they realize you're there to help them, they're not there to serve you.
Yeah, that's a really good point there. I share that too. I mean, that's something too that one of those words out there. Admittedly, I'll just put myself on the spot. First time I heard that, I was like, oh, sitting around a campfire, we're gonna hold hands, and we're not gonna get anything done, and we're gonna talk about our feelings. And it's much more than that. And you again shared some grad school experience at U of M. The Center for Positive Organizational Scholarship, if anyone's interested in that, is really, really top notch. I've got a ton of free resources online available on this very thing that was created here, actually at the University of Michigan. And it's much more than that. You can really tap people's full potential to create a lot of win-wins, to where empowered folks that bring their mind to work every day can accomplish so much more. It's better for them as individuals. They can reach whatever potential that is. Doesn't have to be leadership. Could be any multitude of paths forward. But I think the first thing you need to do, which is again just so self-aware, is really put yourself at the bottom of that pyramid, right? Say that inverted pyramid, right? Of saying, hey, like, I am here to serve my employees, right? It does not mean that you won't provide constructive feedback or coaching or any of that stuff. And that's where I think I saw a little bit of disconnect in my journey of like, oh, I thought like, hey, I can't say anything constructive to people, right? No. Like it's you can still do that. There's a time and a place for those things, right? To provide feedback to help them, right? But it's really all about making sure that you're approaching day to day with that mindset of, I'm here to provide resources for people to shepherd and ask, like, what do you need, right? And I think that was one of the biggest like tactile things that one of my mentors said to me was that, hey, like, as opposed to dictating, you need to do this by this date, what would you recommend, or what resources do you need? And so there's kind of some practical ways that at least I found that can help along that journey. I certainly don't have all the answers as well. And like you said, I think we're all on that journey. And the fact that you mentioned you're on that journey, it shows that you understand that. So